State regulations. Though this course is being created for California, the radiographer should be mindful of individual state requirements for licensing and certification in order to operate general radiography equipment as well as fluoroscopic equipment. Speaking from my own personal experience, I've held state licenses in California for X-ray and fluoroscopy, Washington State, and Arizona. I've also worked in North Carolina. However, at that time they did not require licensure by the state to operate X-ray or fluoroscopic equipment, though I know some progress has been made in recent years. Regardless of the state, I would ask you to consider this question. Would you feel safe as a patient knowing your X-ray and fluoroscopy operators did not have any minimum educational requirements? Perhaps I can phrase the question another way. Does it make sense in some states to require a license to cut someone's hair and to not require a license to operate machinery capable of causing cancer, shortening your lifespan, or producing genetic mutations? This, of course, is an extreme way to ask the question, but it doesn't make it less true. The truth is, a majority of the population is either unaware or misinformed about the risks associated with radiation, so it's up to us to further the professional status of our field and to abide by these safety regulations. Fluoroscopic operators that are non-physicians must abide by some regulations depending on the state you live in, and these regulations include very specific descriptions outlining scope of practice, supervision, liability, specific licensure, and radiation safety requirements, and they may vary per state. There are currently only 17 states in the United States that specify these requirements for individuals operating fluoroscopy, and California is one of them. There are 25 states that have no designation for fluoroscopic operators at all, and only 6 states identify special permits, exams, or competency requirements to perform fluoroscopy. I know it seems like a lot to study and train for here in California, but I'm grateful for this requirement and the level of accountability it requires of our technologists. There are also regulations for radiologist assistants, not to be confused with regulations for the technologist. The ACR and ASRT have worked together to provide a statement for RA supervision and fluoro. Personal supervision requires the radiologist to be in the room for the procedure. Direct supervision implies the radiologist is in the office suite and immediately available to assist if needed. General supervision is when the procedure is conducted under the radiologist's overall direction. Medicare rules for RA supervision in clinics and diagnostic centers state the RA must be supervised by a radiologist or physician designee.